birth of the church. And the ministry of the church. And the healing of the people started here. The ministry to the people. And the journey of Saul to Paul started here. The ministry has continued around the world.
Pentecost. Everything is different. Everything is new. Everything. This is the birth of the church. The wind swirls, a hurricane blows, the stale air is forced out, the dust disappears in an instant. The air is fresh, the light is all around, the Holy Spirit enters our lives and we become a new creation. It turns us around, turns our lives upside down, blows away the stale and the old. Christ enters our lives and we are made new. We are made whole. This is the birth of the church. We are gathered here in this place, in this time, to be something new, to refresh the old, to reboot the past, to be the church God created us to be the new creation. This is the Pentecost. God is here, Christ is here, the Spirit is here, and we are part of it. We are the new creation.
God's blessings to you. This is Elder Kimberly Baker with your Rapid Right Now revelation for your next. I can't think of a better season to talk about our next than in the season of Pentecost. The Pentecost helps us to celebrate and commemorate the receiving of the Holy Spirit after Jesus Christ had ascended and gone back to heaven to live with God our Father. In the book of John, he promised us that he would send us the Holy Spirit. John 14:12 tells us, I tell you the truth, anyone who believes in me will do the same works I have done and even greater works because I am going to be with the Father. Jesus promised us the greater works. He promised that we were going to do great things. Now, don't get me wrong, Jesus Christ had already done far beyond what we could even imagine or think. But Jesus Christ did that as a living, breathing example to us to prepare us not only to live in our now, but to live in our next. Because we have to be able to embrace the fact that we, yes, we can do the greater works because we have what? The Holy Spirit living inside of us. Just as he promised us the Holy Spirit so that we could do the greater works, the Holy Spirit came on the day of Pentecost back in biblical times and fell upon the people that were that were located in that room on that day, and that they were waiting, as they were waiting on the Holy Spirit during that day of Pentecost, that the Holy Spirit fell upon them. Acts 2, 1-4 gives us an account of what happened. It said, as a rushing mighty wind, and then the fires that alighted on each one of the people, and they began to speak in foreign tongues. And so that was the lighting of the Holy Spirit, empowering them to prepare them to do the greater works. What was their greater works? Their greater works was to build and expand the Lord's church. What is our greater works? Our greater works is for us to continue to walk and flow in our next, propelling us to do the things that God has called us to do. Just now, anything that God has given you, if he's given you a revelation or confirmation to do something, he's giving you the power and ability by way of Holy Spirit to do that. He's empowered you to do greater. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to embrace my greater, because now, even in this season of Pentecost, that the promise of my next was fulfilled, because I was empowered to do the things God has called me to do, and even the more, as I have been empowered in my next by way of Holy Spirit. So embrace the season of Pentecost. Go out from your now, prepare for your next, because it has already been promised to you that even in your next, the season of Pentecost, you are going to do the greater. God bless.